Have you ever been scared of something that wasn't really real? I know I've been scared of something like that a few times. But one time, my friend Rosie was scared of something scary too. She thought she was being chased by a ghost engine. All aboard for a big adventure!
It was the day before Halloween. Rosie had been working hard at the yards at Vicarstown all day. She had been shunting trucks and sorting them for the other engines. As the sun was setting, Rosie was shunting the last of her trucks into the siding.
Phew! What a day! Now I can go back to my shed for a nice rest.
Just as Rosie was puffing back to her shed, the Fat Controller came to see her.
Rosie! Rosie! Don't go anywhere, please. I need to talk to you.
Oh, hello, sir. What's up?
I need you to help out at Knapford while Nia is away at the steamworks, suffering from blocked tubes.
Oh, yes, sir. I'd be happy to help, sir.
Very good. Now, I've made the arrangements for you to stay at Tidmouth Sheds, so the engines will be expecting you there. Off you go now, please.
Yes, sir. On my way, sir.
Now that's sorted, I need to get back home too.
Rosie was feeling excited as she raced off to Tidmouth Sheds.
I cannot wait to see all the engines again. This will be my first Halloween I'll be spending at Tidmouth Sheds.
By the time Rosie puffed through Knapford Station, it was dark. Rosie could see the station was closed.
Oh, everyone must have gone home. Still, never mind. I'll be very happy when I'm in the nice warmth of Tidmouth Sheds and next to Thomas.
When Rosie reached Tidmouth Sheds, James was backing into his berth. He was complaining.
It's not fair. I had to take a good train to cut round the station. Honestly, pulling trucks is not a very suitable job for a splendid engine like me. Dirty trucks with dirty sidings? Blah!
James, those trucks were very important. Another engine will be taking that train along a branch line tomorrow. You can't always pull coaches all the time, you know that?
Emily is right, James. I'm a mixed traffic engine too, but even I have to pull trucks when I have to. Oh, hello, Rosie.
Hello, Rebecca. Hello, everyone.
Hello, Rosie.
The Fat Controller has asked me to help out while Nia is away being mended. I cannot believe I'm going to be spending Halloween with all of you. What's the matter, James? Jealous of another red engine in the shed?
Huh?
Welcome to Tidmouth Sheds, Rosie. It's wonderful to have you here with us.
Thank you, Thomas. I am very happy to be here too.
Now that we're all here, how about we tell a story? Does anyone know a ghost story?
I know all the best ghost stories.
Not so fast, James. After the way you complained, I don't think you deserve to tell a ghost story.
I know a ghost story I could tell. I could tell you all about the time I made Thomas think I was a ghost engine.
Were you covered in lime?
Yes?
Heard it before.
Oh.
Oh, never mind, Percy. You can tell it to me another day. I have a ghost story I could tell all of you.
Oh, please tell us, Emily.
Oh yes, do tell us.
Tell us, Emily. Please.
Well, a long time ago, there was a little engine who was making her way back home. But she got lost in the fog and had no choice but to spend the night in the shed. The shed she was parked into was next to an old warehouse that hadn't been used for years. But what the little engine didn't know was that in the warehouse lived a ghost engine that could put engines to sleep with one puff of smoke. This smoke could make engines sleep for 100 years.
Whoa!
The engine had only just settled into the shed when she heard the cackle of someone close by.
Huh?
Time to put you to sleep, little engine.
What?
Sweet dreams!
The ghost engine had sent the little engine to sleep, and she slept for 100 years. All that time, the engine grew old and rusty, and the shed went rotten, and brambles and bushes grew all around the shed, and no one knew she was there.
Oh no, the poor engine. Could anyone save her?
Oh, Rosie, you really are a scaredy engine.
James, that's not funny! So what happened to the little engine, Emily? Could anyone save her?
I'm afraid not, Percy. By the time the engine woke up, she was so old and rusty, she couldn't move an inch. She was beyond repair and had to be sent to the scrapyards.
That really was quite a ghost story.
I wouldn't want to see a ghost engine myself, but I'm glad it's only a story. What's the matter, Rosie? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Rosie? Are you alright?
What? Oh, yes. Yes, I'm fine, Thomas. I'm just getting tired.
I guess you're right, Rosie. It's time we all went to sleep. Not for me, Thomas! I have to go out and deliver the post train. I'll be back soon. Bye, everyone!
Bye, Percy. Be careful.
Are you sure you're alright, Rosie?
Yes, I'm fine. Don't worry, Thomas.
Alright then. Good night, Rosie. Sleep well.
Thanks, Thomas. You too. Good night.
Peekaboo.
Ghost engine!
Time to put you to sleep, little engine.
Help! Guys! Wake up, please! The ghost engine is here! Guys!
I'm afraid they won't be able to help you, Rosie. They will be waking up for 100 years, and that's what's going to happen to you!
No! Leave me alone! Go away!
Sweet dreams!
Huh? Rosie? Are you alright?
Oh, sorry, Thomas. I guess I had a nightmare.
Oh dear. Sorry to hear that, Rosie. Try and get some sleep.
I'll try, Thomas. Good night.
But Rosie couldn't sleep. She was so scared that the ghost engine would come in out of nowhere and send her to sleep. She looked to her left and all the way to her right. But there was no sign of the ghost engine anywhere. Rosie couldn't help but worry all night long. The next morning, the engines were all warmed up and ready to go.
Good morning, everyone.
But Rosie was so tired after staying up all night, she was looking ever so sleepy.
Wake up, sleepy buffers. It's time to go to work.
Are you alright, Rosie? You look ever so tired.
I'm fine, Thomas.
Are you sure?
Yes, Thomas. I'll be alright. I just need a drink and some coal. A drink is all I need to wake me up.
Huh?
Rosie puffed sleepily into the yards to fill up on coal and water, but she was so tired she could hardly keep her eyes open.
I mustn't fall asleep. I must be really useful.
Rosie! Rosie! Look out!
Huh?
Rosie! Rosie, you need to look where you're going. You'll have caused an accident.
Oops, sorry, Stafford.
You look ever so tired, Rosie. Maybe you should go back to the shed until you feel ready to work.
No, Stafford. I just need a drink and then some coal. And then I'll be as fresh as a daisy. Just you wait and see.
Well, alright then, if you're sure.
Rosie's first job was to take a goods train to Brendam Docks. She was delivering trucks of steel and trucks full of cement and bricks to a ship that was going to the mainland. But Rosie wasn't thinking about that. She was thinking about the ghost engine and was keeping a lookout for it.
I must not fall asleep. Otherwise, the ghost engine will find me and put me to sleep. I must stay focused on the job.
Hello, Rosie.
Oh, hello, Rebecca.
Are you alright, Rosie? You don't look so good.
Sorry, Rebecca. I'm still trying to wake up. I'll be fine once I get to the docks. Then I can have a rest at the sheds.
Alright then, Rosie. If you're sure.
I'm sure. Bye, Rebecca.
Oh dear. I don't like the looks of this.
By the time Rosie reached the docks, she was feeling very tired. She yawned as she arrived in with her goods train.
Here you are, Big Mickey. One goods train, ready to unload.
Thank you, Rosie. I'll sort this lot out in no time.
Okay, Salty. This one here is yours.
Thank you, Cranky.
Woo! Cranky! Look at this large crate I have here! Isn't it a big one?
Yes, Carly. That's a very big crate. Could you load that onto a truck, please?
I can't, Cranky. There's a goods train waiting on the middle line, and that's in the way.
No problem. Rosie's here. She can take it back to Stafford station.
Ah, good thinking, Cranky. I'll tell her right now. Rosie, there's a train waiting on the next line. Could you take it back to Stafford, please? Huh? Rosie! Wake up, Rosie! Wake up! Wake up, Chuck! Now's not the time to sleep. There's a train that needs to go to Stafford. Can you take it away, please?
Oh, yes. Sorry, Carly.
Rosie left the docks feeling more tired than she did before. Her trucks weren't as heavy as her first train, and this made Rosie feel better. But she was still keeping a lookout for the ghost engine.
I mustn't let the ghost engine get me. I have to stay awake. Stay awake. Keep going. What? Oh, never mind.
Rosie puffed towards Lower Sudbury Station. As she passed through, she could see the station all decorated with lots of Halloween decorations. Rosie looked around. Then she saw a poster by some benches. It had a picture of the ghost engine on it.
Huh?
There you are!
Rosie! Rosie! What was wrong with it?
Oh, my hat! Oh, I only just had this hat dry cleaned.
Rosie set up Gordon's Hill with her train. It was a steep climb, but Rosie knew this job was important. She was tired, but she kept on going.
I must make it! I must make it! I have to complete this job! The Fat Controller is counting on me! Hooray! I made it!
Rosie puffed through Wellsworth Station and saw that the staff were all putting up the decorations. Some children were in their costumes. They were going to a Halloween party. Then Rosie looked up at the bridge and saw a large white balloon tied to the walkway. It looked like an engine.
Whoa! What's wrong with her?
By now, Rosie was now feeling very tired. All the racing away had made Rosie feel exhausted. She was getting more and more sleepy. By the time she approached Knapford Junction, she was so tired she couldn't stay awake.
I must stay awake. I mustn't.
Then there was trouble. Rosie had just puffed round the corner and was entering the junction.
Rosie! Wake up! Rosie! Cinders and ashes! Rosie's asleep! She's heading straight for you, Emily!
Oh no! Rosie! Rosie, wake up! Wake up! Rosie! Look out!
Oh no! Rosie! What on earth are you playing at? I hear from the dock manager that you were sleeping on the job.
Sorry, sir.
I think you should go back to the sheds and have a rest. I cannot have you working if you're going to be like this. Especially for the Halloween party tonight.
What's the matter, Rosie? You look like you've seen a ghost. What's wrong, Rosie?
Oh, I'm sorry, Emily. I was so busy keeping a lookout for the ghost engine.
What ghost engine?
The one that puffs magic smoke and sends engines to sleep for 100 years. I'm so scared that he's going to find me, send me to sleep, and then I'll end up in the scrapyards, just like the engine in your story. I think he is following me. I'm seeing him everywhere I go.
Is that why you woke up with a shock last night, Rosie?
Yes, it is, Thomas. I didn't say anything, because you would have thought that I was just scared the engine.
Oh, Rosie, you should have said something. The ghost engine isn't real. It was just a story I made up.
Really? Are you sure he isn't real?
I'm sure, Rosie. I mean, it's just a silly story. There's no ghost engine, there's no magic smoke, and there's no sleeping engine for 100 years. It's just silly make-believe.
And for the first time all day, Rosie smiled happily. She felt very relieved to hear Emily's words.
Rosie, why don't you go back to the shed to catch up on your sleep? I'll do your work until you get back.
Really? Oh, thank you, Thomas.
So Rosie puffed back into Tidmouth Sheds and parked into the berth.
There you are, little engine.
Huh?
Time I put you to sleep once and for all.
Boo! Oh, well, that's one way of getting rid of a ghost engine.
That night, Rosie was feeling so much better. She was puffing happily back to Stafford station, feeling very refreshed. Rosie puffed into the station where all the other engines were standing. A fat controller was waiting for her. He was in his Halloween costume. Rosie stopped in front of him.
Sir, I know what you're going to say, and I'm very, 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 very sorry for falling asleep so much today. I let Emily's ghost story go to my boiler.
Thank you very much for saying that to me, Rosie. But do remember, it's always very important to get your sleep. And that is during the evening.
Yes, sir. I'll remember that, sir.
Good. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to find my grandchildren.
How are you feeling, Rosie?
Much better, thank you, Thomas. It feels so good to have all my energy back again.
I'm glad you're feeling better, Rosie. You know, you can always talk to us if you ever get scared about something.
Thank you, Emily. I'm sorry I fell asleep earlier and nearly hit you.
That's alright, Rosie. I'm glad you're safe.
So am I.
Hello, Rosie. What's this I hear about you falling asleep on the job? That's not a very clever thing for a red engine like you to do.
James, Rosie has had a very upsetting day. You should know better than that.
Isn't there something you need to say to Rosie?
I'm sorry for teasing you, Rosie. I guess I was a bit jealous if you come over to stay with us at the sheds.
Thank you, James. I accept your apology. Now I know there is no such thing as ghost engines.
Thank you, Rosie. I'm not scared of silly things like that.
James?
Yes?
Boo!
Ah!
I thought you weren't scared of silly little things, James.
Everyone can get scared of something they think is real. Sometimes our imagination can run away with us. It's not the first time that has ever happened. Duncan thought he saw a ghost engine on the old iron bridge, but it was really little insects that shine brightly at night. Duncan felt very scared after that, but also very embarrassed. Rosie thought the ghost engine in Emily's story was real. She was so worried and frightened, she lost a lot of her sleep over it and kept falling asleep on the job. In the end, Rosie had to admit to Emily that she was scared of the ghost engine. Emily explained that there was no such thing as a ghost engine. This helped Rosie a lot, as she managed to feel much better at the Halloween party. Everyone gets scared sometimes, even me, but try not to lose any sleep over what you're fearing. It's important to get your sleep, otherwise you'll end up feeling more and more tired.
Come on, Thomas. It's time to go.
See you next time!